Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching the finale of the 6th season of The Big Bang Theory. I hope the guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, this is available for a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. And I got to say, the last episode was potentially the best episode of the season for me. Really enjoyed it. You know, the girls, the guys, he was all taking part in Dungeons and Dragons. We had Howard as the dungeon master. His impressions were so good. He's really funny. You could tell that obviously I was enjoying it. Hopefully you was enjoying it. The cast members was most definitely enjoying it. None of them could keep a straight face when he was doing his impressions. You know, he's really impressive obviously with his impressions, with his magic tricks as well. Do you know what I mean? And in general, he's just a funny character. Really highlighted why he is one of the best last episode. And Sheldon was absolutely loving it. He was laughing, he was in there, it was great. Now, interestingly, you know, we ended up getting onto a conversation of Sheldon and Amy. Will they ever actually, you know, do the deed? Will they ever have sex? And it kind of upset Amy, and she ended up leaving and going into Sheldon's bedroom. Now, obviously, the game was still going on, the quest was still at hand, and obviously Sheldon went in there and he sat down and he started having a conversation, and basically he was saying the game's not over, you know, potentially what's going to happen. He was like, roll the dice. He was like, I start undressing you, roll the dice again, you know, what do you do to me, roll the dice. He was like, I caress your nose. She's like, roll it again. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't happy with that one, but you could see them getting a little more intimate. We never seen them actually kiss or make out or have sex or anything, but what we did see is a bit of heart to heart, a bit of acknowledgement of progression, and him feeling like he basically said what he said to Penny and Leonard one time. Do you know, when he said that he never really considered having intercourse with anybody ever before he met Amy, and now obviously he's not ruling it out. So it's big progress. She heard it, she knows it, and it was a good moment for them, and it was a great episode. I really did enjoy it. So thanks for checking out today's episode. It's the finale, so hopefully it's a great one. Can't wait to set up to see what's going to happen in the 7th season. If you do enjoy it, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
So anyway, last night on video chat, I spent like 20 minutes just staring into Lucy's eyes.
Sounds romantic.
It was until I realized the screen had frozen.
We ever gonna hang out with this girl?
I'd love that, but she's not really comfortable around people.
Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable around people. I pretend everyone I meet is a beloved character from Star Trek.
Leonard, I may have gotten you a job. In a couple of weeks, Stephen Hawking's team is sending an expedition to the North Sea to test hydrodynamic simulations of black holes. One of their experimental physicists dropped out, and I recommended you.
Wow.
Well, now, do you think that's a good idea?
Hey, don't discourage him. This is a fantastic opportunity.
Look, no one asked you, Uhura.
Did you know that the highest number of drowning accidents happen on or around boats?
You don't want me going on this research trip because you're afraid to be alone.
Well, I'm not afraid to be alone. On land. Who do you think would win in a fight? You or a shark? Things between you and Penny have never been better. I hope 4 months apart doesn't change anything.
Oh, that is pretty long, that, isn't it? 4 months. See, for Sheldon, it probably is nothing really. 4 months away from Amy, just sees that as a weekend, do you know what I mean? But like, 4 months is actually a long time. I feel like that's even longer than Howard was in space, if I'm being totally honest. Now, I could be wrong with that one, but you know, we've seen it before. He's gone away, and when he come back, Penny was loving it. You know what I mean? They had the beards, they looked really good actually at the start of that season, but it worked out well for him because she missed him and he was making out straight away. Do you know what I mean? So maybe it's the same. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, but at the same time, you know, 4 months, it's a quarter of a year. It's a long time away. Honestly, it really is. And also, 4 months is just a ridiculously long time. It's pushing close to half a year, isn't it? But also as well, obviously, he's going to sea. What's your opinion about the sea? Do you like boats? Do you not see? I'm not, like, on a big ship, like a cruise ship, I'm all right. Like, on small boats, I'm not too sure. Like, they rock a little bit. I always get sick. But also, I don't trust the sea as well. You know, like, call me crazy, but, like, because I can't see what's underneath me, I don't trust it. I don't like it. You know, I will get in and do some snorkeling and stuff like that, but the majority of my body and being would prefer to be on land or on the ship. You know what I mean? Like, at least when I'm on land, I can see everything that's around and it's my decision. When you're in the sea, it's just all unknown, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, like, I've never been really a big fan of it.
If you look carefully at Venus, you should be able to see the International Space Station pass by.
Wow. Your friend was actually up there?
Yeah, he bought me back a t-shirt that said, my friend went to the space station and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Speaking of friends, they have been asking to meet you.
6 strangers? That's a lot of pressure. Staring at me, asking me personal questions like, what do you do? Where are you from? Why did you lock yourself in the bathroom?
Afternoon shift, I spilled an entire tray of drinks on myself.
Oh, that's awful.
Not really. My shirt was soaking wet. I got like the biggest tip of my life.
Do you remember when I said the similarities of the equations of general relativity and hydrodynamics suggest you could find the equivalent of Unruh radiation in a large body of water? Stephen Hawking's team is looking into that, and I've been invited to join them.
When would you leave?
A couple weeks.
Okay, well, I'll just come visit you.
That's the thing, you can't. I'll be on a ship in the North Sea.
On a ship? Aren't they afraid Hawking will just roll overboard? Wow, okay. So 4 months.
And I'm a little worried because things between us have been so great, and I'd hate to do anything that screws that up.
You have to go. It sounds like an amazing opportunity. And I'm just basing that on how much I didn't understand what you said about it.
I do have to ask you one favor.
Sure.
Sheldon's nervous about me leaving. Just keep an eye on him while I'm gone.
Reckon that was improvised. The thing is, you know, fair play to Penny. At least she's supporting it. Howard, when he was going to space station, at first Bernadette didn't want it, but she had a justified reason with her dad, never knowing if they're ever going to come back. But this is a long time, you know. Again, it'd be interesting to see if he's there a few episodes at the sea. Because remember when he went to the North Pole, it was just 1 episode. I think it was like the end of it. And then straight away we started the new season, he was back. I feel like that's going to be the same here.
Really, you guys do not need to throw me a going-away party.
Are you kidding me? How often can you say bon voyage to somebody when they're actually going on a voyage?
Leonard, you're being selfish. We need to give you a proper send-off so we'll have closure when you die at sea and crabs eat your face.
One of the things that helped me get through Howard being in space for so long was getting married before he left.
Bernadette, sweetie, shut up.
I want to cut open your brain and see what the heck's going on in there.
The only person allowed inside this set is Dr. Phil. I talked to my new lady friend about meeting you all, and she thought it would be easier for her to start with just one. Actually, I was thinking Leonard.
Thank you, Raj. I'd be honored.
Comfortable meeting a girl first.
Good
I was thinking Amy.
Bernadette.
What the hell?
Well, you're very pretty. That could be intimidating to another woman.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you don't think I'm pretty enough to scare your girlfriend?
I was the outsider to this group, and I know how frightening that can be. But you guys took me in and made me feel loved.
I do think it should have been her
Fine,
anyway.
I'll do it.
Started dating Sheldon, I met Leonard, and then everybody else, and they've all been so wonderful to me. Maybe next week we could all get together.
Oh, Lucy, you don't have to answer that. Am I right? Tell her how much you hate being put on the spot. Go ahead, tell her. You can't talk about social anxiety to someone who has social anxiety. It makes them socially anxious. Don't call her my girlfriend. We haven't discussed whether or not we're girlfriend or boyfriend yet. Are you my girlfriend? By the way, if you say no, I'll never be happy again.
I think I have to go to the bathroom.
You might as well go ahead and eat. She's not coming back anytime soon.
Thing is, it was Raj that kind of ruined that situation and put her on the spot, wasn't it? I think Amy was actually talking quite a bit of sense. But also, is it me, or has anybody else made the observation that every scene that we've had so far has been around eating? So we had them in the cafeteria at the workplace eating when Leonard obviously said about the news when Howard told him. Then we cut to them in the apartment and obviously Leonard was talking to Penny about it and he was eating again. Then we just cut to the Leonard and Sheldon's apartment and he was all around. He was all eating, talking about who should be introduced to Lucy, and then boom, we've gone all the way to Raj's apartment and again they sat down eating. You know what I mean? Like it stands out because every scene has been that so far.
We're shopping for a party. It's starting to have a party section.
Yeah, it does, and here we are.
You're his girlfriend for now. Yeah, maybe you're not aware of this, but there is a rich tradition of men at sea finding comfort in each other's arms and breeches. Not that big of an opportunity. Even if Hawking's theories are correct, all they prove is where the universe came from, why everything exists, and what its ultimate end will be. I'm just very unhappy that good things are happening for him and not happening for me.
Once there was a girl who worked at the Cheesecake Factory, and she wasn't very good at her job.
It was you.
It wasn't me. But she was also an actress, and we were both up for the same part in a toothpaste commercial. She got it. Look, I was so jealous, but instead of ripping out her fake blonde hair,
You ripped out your own fake blonde hair.
I looked her in the eye, smiled, and said, "I'm happy for you."
I want to apologize for Amy last night. She was completely out of line. Are you not speaking to me or did the screen freeze again?
Amy wasn't the problem.
Friday night, my friends are having a party.
A party?
A little one. It's a farewell for Leonard, so all the attention will be on him. if you wear something brown and sit on the couch, they won't even know you're there.
Raj.
Come on, don't make me beg.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. This means a lot to me. My friends are like my family.
A lot of transitions this episode.
So have you ever spent a long time in a boat before?
Yeah.
Are you referring to the time we got stuck on the Small World ride at Disneyland?
Yeah. No, as far as science goes, this is the adventure of a lifetime.
Maybe your lifetime I went to space.
It's not a competition.
You're right. You're right. I'm really proud of you, and I'm gonna miss you when you're gone.
It's running a little late. You know how it is. Girls always fussing about their hair, their makeup. She'll be here. Just give it a rest, okay?
I would like to propose a toast to my best friend, Dr. Leonard Hofstadter. Well, I mean it. I'm really happy for you. And that's how you get a toothpaste commercial. Cheers!
It's really nice of you to try to be happy for Leonard.
Thank you.
He must have killed you when I went to space. Raj, I can't come to the party. This is all just too much for me. I don't think we should see each other anymore. Sorry, Lucy.
That's pretty tight. I like Raj.
It did not kill me when you went to space.
The thing is, right, it's tough here on Raj because this is, do you know, like when somebody breaks up with somebody and they say, it's not you, it's me. And you think, yeah, bullshit, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's literally, you know, half the time that's said, it's BS. But in this situation, it 100% is Lucy. It's not Raj. Now, I understand in certain situations it might get overwhelming when he forces her to do things, but like it's accidental as well. Like he doesn't mean it maliciously in a bad way. He's not like trying to take control of her and force her to do things. So like when he was in the restaurant and he was trying to send the food back, do you know what I mean? Like he was trying to do it in a positive way for her. She mentioned that she's always like thought about doing it, but she's never had the courage, and he was trying to egg it and push her to do it because it was the right time and it presented itself. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was trying to help her, and obviously, for her, it was a bit overwhelming, and she ended up backdooring it. Do you know what I mean? And like in, you know, I was going to say last episode, but this episode earlier on, it was the same situation. You know, he was trying to say, "Yo, explain it, do this, do that," but like again, not forceful, not maliciously. He was just trying to like engage in the conversation, and again, it got too much for her, and she's had to kind of backdoor it, go into the bathroom, and then again here, he's invited her to the party. Not in any way or anything like that. It's just kind of like saying, look, you know, one of my friends are going away, means a lot to me. It's like my family. They really want to meet you. You don't really have to engage, but like I'd like it if you to come here because I want to clash with my girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? And Raj, in my personal opinion, hasn't done anything wrong in that situation or in any of the things. And it's just one of them things where she's got something wrong. Well, not wrong with her, but like she's got something going on with herself where she's not you know, great in social situations, and it gets too much and overwhelming, and she's just had to end it because obviously to her Raj or the situation is full on. But this is the classic example. It's not Raj's fault at all. I hope he don't beat himself down, and I'm kind of gutted, to be honest, because I like Raj and I wanted it to continue a bit more.
Really gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too.
Penny, we're in the red zone.
We can email, and I think the phone connections are pretty good.
All right, you have to get out of the car right now. I'm not going to jail for you.
Did you bring enough inhalers?
Yeah.
And extra Dramamine? You remember what happened on It's a Small World.
No, I'm covered.
Okay.
Calm down, I'm getting out. Something I want to give you.
Leonard!
All right, it's just a heart-shaped locket with a picture of Leonard's face in it. He got them all on clearance. Now move, move, move!
See, that's a good genuine moment for her to say it.
Don't worry, officer. They just love each other.
Stay long. I left Sheldon in the car with the window cracked open.
Yeah, I finally found someone who's right for me, and I drove her away. What is wrong with me? Why can't I ever have love?
You will.
No, I am unlovable. But I haven't had a drink since last night.
Wow, he's not had a drink and he's speaking to Penny.
You're talking to me.
And I'm crying for a whole different reason. I guess what I'm saying is, I get where Lucy's coming from. You know what? If I back off, maybe give her enough space, maybe there's still a future for us. And now, now things aren't good.
Mate, we've finally pulled that trigger. Like, oh, mate, going into the 7th season, we've pulled the trigger and Raj can actually talk to him. And I was going to say there, he's going to be an absolute chatterbox now, and it's going to be, like, too overwhelming for them where they're like, yo, mate, just be quiet. Stop chewing my ear off. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to listen to your problems, I want to sit down, I want to talk to you, but it gives a rest, man. You know what I mean? That's how they feel in that situation. But do you know what? I've got two things to say. Like, I'm really upset and I'm really happy at the same time in terms of the Raj character. Like, you know, let's start on the happy side. You know, the good. I'm so happy that I can finally talk to women. Or hopefully that we can move into the 7th season by doing that, because it's going to open the opportunities for him to actually meet new people, maybe find another new girlfriend, or actually just spend more time in the social environment around his female friends now. Do you know what I mean? He's always having to have a drink, and, you know, I don't feel like it's forced him to having a drink, but it's like he just come to Leonard's party there and he had to go to the fridge and get a drink so he could speak to them. It's no longer needed anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? It's much better, and I'm actually really happy for him for that, and I'm happy in general for me watching it. Now, obviously, I've got to say as well, big up to Penny. To be honest, I thought it was really nice of her to, I wouldn't say go out of her way because she was coming back from the airport, but the fact is, you know, I didn't know if they was that close or whatever, but she took time out of the day to go and see a friend that she felt maybe needed some sort of, I don't know, presence around, and I thought it was really good. I actually like that from Penny, you know. It made me respect her a little bit more. It's nice to see. And then obviously, like I said, if we go to the sad part right now, you know, I'm actually upset that he's broke up with Lucy, or she's broke up with him. I personally, in my opinion anyway, you've heard me explain it a minute ago, but like, I don't think that he done anything wrong in this situation. To be honest, I feel like all the situations that Lucy didn't like was because of her own anxiety, which is fine, but also I feel like Raj was just trying to help without being forceful. He was just trying to, do you know what I mean? It's like, it just push you in the right direction. Not forcefully. It's not like picking somebody up and throwing them in the swimming pool when they can't swim. It's like giving somebody some armbands and putting them in the swimming pool and just saying, look, you don't have to be able to swim right now. I know you can't swim, but you can float. You know what I mean? And let's build your confidence up while you're floating before we start moving, and then we can take the armbands off. And that's a similar situation to this. He's like, look, mate, you don't have to come in and speak to every single person. All we need you to do is be in a room with one of them. Just show that you're there. Try and speak. If not, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to overwhelm you. And I feel like he's done that in situations. He's tried to dip the toe in, tried to help her small steps, baby steps, and it's still too much for her. And I don't really know how you could deal with people like that. Do you know what I mean? Majority, it's got to be there. I feel like something like that has to be their decision. But like, if somebody's trying to help you, I don't feel like they're doing anything wrong. And that's the thing. Like, Raj can be upset and sorry and sad and, you know, like, wonder why it's all his fault, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's his fault. I feel like this is a prime example where somebody says it's not you, it's me. It actually is them, and he shouldn't sit back and obviously dwell on it. Like, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But it's upsetting anyway, because I feel like I feel like his character was better this season because he had somebody to kind of spend time with and talk with, and it was good not seeing him be on his own and sad. That's the thing. The only part of the RAJ'S character that I wouldn't say I don't like, but upsets me is the fact that everybody's always happy and he's always depressed that he's on his own. And this season, it kind of went out the way. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was going to return at the very end, but now he can speak. I'm excited for him in season 7. Hopefully, we push his character forward and expand it and use him more. Okay, that is going to wrap up the finale of season 6. Can't believe that we've done 6 seasons, mate. It's absolutely madness, isn't it? And hopefully, guys have enjoyed the crazy wild ride so far. Somebody who's going on a wild ride is Leonard. Yes, we've seen the expedition of going to the North Pole. Then we've seen the solo expedition of Howard. Well, it's going up into space, which probably will never be topped. Let's be honest. You know, Sheldon was trying to say space isn't the big thing. Monkeys have been there. Do you know what I mean? And that, but I think that is a big thing, and I feel like he's achieved probably until somebody actually attains, maybe like Sheldon's trying to get the Nobel Prize. I feel like he's going to be the most successful or hit, you know, like a point where the guys have got to strive to succeed past him. I feel like he's leading the race right now. And I mean, Leonard, fair play to him. He's going out to sea. He's doing something for Stephen Hawking, trying to prove one of his theories right. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to be away for 4 months, which is a very long time, if I'm being totally honest. And, you know, maybe we were saying there, like, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. We've seen it already when they went to the expedition in the North Pole, that when he returned, he had his beard, and they all look pretty cool, to be honest. And you know, Penny was straight on him and she was loving it and she missed him, and hopefully that's going to be the case this time. I'm hoping that she's not going to be on her own for 4 months and feel lonely and maybe seek out and looking for some company, because obviously we've seen that once before with Priya and obviously Leonard, where they're doing a long distance relationship, and obviously she's ended up cheating on him, but he also ended up kissing somebody else as well, because they never had a girlfriend or a boyfriend there physically with them. So, you know what I mean? When somebody else shows them a bit of attention, they kind of seep towards it. They kind of like it. And I'm not going to say that's going to happen to any of them, but what I'm saying is, like, absence can make you stronger, but also it can make you more lonely. And then when somebody comes along, do you know what I mean? You kind of, like, jump towards the attention when someone gives you the affection. So I'm hoping it doesn't work that way, and hoping they stay strong and talk on the phone and obviously write to each other all the time, X, Y, and Z. And again, I would like to see in the seventh season, madness, that he's actually there. Maybe 1 or 2 episodes, don't want loads. I feel like we've done with Howard was kind of right. You know, we didn't push it too far, dipped in and out, and he come back after like 4. Could do like 1 or 2 with Leonard, obviously, at the sea, doing his work and, you know, seeing him, obviously, getting stuff done. That'll be exciting as well. And I don't know what we're going to do in Season 7. We haven't had any cliffhangers or anything that's kind of going to lead us into it. So it's kind of like an unknown what's going to happen. New storylines, potentially new characters. I don't know. But I'm excited for it. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.